Honestly, when I sit back and I watch how youth decide to march into public
at their own risk.
institutions,
at their own
demanding people to walk out, or step out, or step down, or give up.
That went to the mining place. They are dead. It may be the loss of their family, but you don't know what they would have turned out to be. It's a loss to the nation too. It's a loss to the human resource capacity of this country.
As said, they may be isolated cases, but I also think that when you find youth conveniently doing things in a full glare of everybody against the law, others elsewhere will think that it's okay.
Honey, when you are going into a contest, or when you are going to do something, will you, let's even use you hosting the show. If you don't feel confident that you have support from your superiors and your team members, will you come and sit here with confidence to do what you're doing? That is what we should be talking about. Where are the youth getting that confidence to perpetrate the crimes that they are perpetrating? Because they know that when they are caught, or when push comes to shove, they'll get someone to get them out. It may not be the case, but you always go out confident based on the backing that you have. And that is what those of us in the political class must learn.
But that's very reflective on you. Well, that's very reflective on you, on your government, on your previous administration, on the government we just saw.
What is reflective on?
Gone by, the violent acts carried out by some youth persons. She mentioned some of them. If you say that,
Honey,
they do some of the things, it means that
we can mention and cite examples till the end of the show. None of us is clean. We're all guilty of those things. But where does it stop? After 32 years, where should it stop? That is the conversation we should be having. There's no. Honey, look. Let me tell you. That's why I say that those of us in the political class should be careful. Today, you may think that they are attacking public servants and all that. Look, just after the election, I had a friend who lives around the Roman Ridge, where a lot of public servants live. He had to take someone to give a warning shot to disperse the crowd until the police and the military came there. That bullet could have hit anybody. Is that what we want? Look, from 1992 till date, I think apart from 1992, that we had a turnout, and obviously we're now changing to constitutional rule and all on certainties and all that, that we had a little over 50% voter turnout. Right. 2000, we had a little over almost 62% or so voter turnout. This year, what are we looking at? 63%. 63 or a little over 63%. What is that telling you? The average Ghanaian is losing confidence in the political class. Even when you look at it percentage-wise, it's not so alarming. But every election, we have an average of 4 million people since 1992 who don't come out to vote. This year it was what? Almost 7 million. And that is what we all must avert our minds to. You even come to the gender side of it. Just as women are coming in, we are stagnating with our numbers because more women are leaving because of the nature of the politics we are playing. So we are talking about gender, we are talking about Women Manifesto, we are talking about affirmative action, we are talking about all these good policies. But people can't stay. There are people that you know will do great if they decide to join any of the sides, but won't because of this? Where does it stop? That is the conversation we should be having. As for citing example, as for one hating the other, as for telling stories, even those of us who were not politically aware, who have never experienced coups, we are told stories by our mothers and fathers and people ahead of us. The 1960s, the 1970s that we talk about, we read about them. Those are from the point of the thing. We can talk about what we also saw. Generations after us will refer to those things from our perspective. But where do we stop these things? Where do we get our presidents' inaugural speeches to reflect the collective nature of all of us coming together?
Or maybe the personality who is
You
leading
get
the
it.
whole pack.
Where do we get it? You listen to the inaugural speech. Is that what we're seeing? Obviously,
Well, you didn't
no.
find anything interesting in President Mahama's
Come again.
inaugural speech?
No, what I'm saying is the inaugural speech, and it's been like that. Fantastic, calling everybody
But this
to come
particular
together
one,
and
this-
let's work.
This recent
You are speaking
inaugural
as if there's
speech
some excessive
by the former president
lawlessness.
was very unifying.
Oh, but
There are
Shamima,
pockets- there are pockets
people
of
are burning
lawlessness.
police stations.
No, I'm
There are
saying
pockets.
that.
People are burning
No,
police
no,
stations.
hold on.
People are going
the
into
point-
institutions
the point-
and
the point-
sacking people and locking them up.
The point I'm making is that
That is not
it
excessive.
I said that it's
Lara,
not a widespread
People
issue.
are donned in
Look at how you've opened
close
your
to
eyes.
military
Were you
and
opening
police
your eyes
as
that
are
way?
holding rifles and guns.
Did you open your eyes that way?
And you are not alarmed?
When they were misbehaving under your government? That's my problem.
Shamima,
you see, you're
Shamima,
preaching. You're
you can
preaching in
go back.
opposition, but you never
can
preach
go
in
back,
government.
You can go back
So-
and
so
play
why
my
didn't
tapes
you-
when it
it's
comes
not
to
about
these
your
things.
faith.
If
What
I've
do you expect?
ever
You didn't expect your
justified any
leaders-
of those things.
You didn't expect
You
your
get
leaders
it?
to be of good
When did
behavior.
No, but what I want to say, you're not even allowing me. The
Okay.
point I'm making is that pick former president's pick former president's
Come on, Shamima.
inaugural speech,
Don't
previous
mind it.
inaugural
She's
speech by
excited.
Nanado, yeah, and pick this current inaugural speech by President Mahama and compare the two. I honestly would say President Mahama's inaugural speech sounded very unifying, that anybody who is listening, it will win some hearts, that everybody who wants to join a violence organization of some sort of
why is the
activity
violence
will probably
happening?
fall off. If you
So
listen
why-
to,
so why
if
is
you
the
not
violence
listen
happening?
to former
Compared
President
to the last State
Nanado,
of
he's
Nation
always being
address.
very attacking, always on the attack.
Honey,
And you know that's true.
today is what? Today is what?
13th of January.
13th of January. Who is the president of the Republic of Ghana?
Okay, that answers the
Who
question.
is the president of the Republic of
can
Ghana?
I say
Look,
something briefly?
I have said on other essay, we are governed by rules, by laws in this country. You may not like the leadership style of a leader, right? But when some of these things are happening,
Okay.
it wasn't right yesterday. It is not right today. Especially when you are saying that it was very unifying. Where is the unity in burning police stations? Where is the unity in sacking public servants?
Burning of
Where is-
police station was an isolated case.
Well,
of
it's
an
happening.
act by
It
the
has,
police.
it has happened, right? After
Someone was.
municipal assemblies, was it Ejura South or so?
Yeah, the
Was
Ejura story.
vandalized.
Yes, but the Ejura story.
Warehouses
what I'm saying is that
were
someone
vandalized.
we're told that
You
someone
get it?
was
Was
arrested.
arrested and died.
One
No,
thing
no,
we
let's,
also
let's
Someone
make it
died
clear.
in police
Someone was
custody, and
arrested
the youth got
for
angry.
buying a stolen phone. And the person, somewhat died in the police custody. So the youth got angry with the police. Hence,
Where is the
what you
politics
saw.
in it?
should our anger
No,
lead
but where
us
is the
to look?
politics in it?
It is wrong. If I've seen a story citing the MP for the area asking for an autopsy. Annie, it's unfortunate that should happen, right? But do you get angry in trying to seek what happened? It shouldn't happen to anybody. And condolences to the family. This is not something that should. And I get worried when these things happen to young people because you don't even know what the person is going to add up to nation building. Nobody can really tell what anybody will end up to be. So these things are not things that we should encourage. But in the anger of asking, do we have to be angry enough to go and burn a police station that was built with our own money? That the money that can be used for another thing now has to be redirected into building the police. That is how we should be looking at some of these things.
Yeah. Okay.
That is in no way justifying what has been done. And whatever happened to the person, the autopsy, whatever happened, should be laid bare. And the police must do
so
that.
The thing is,
And
whether,
the
whether you
police-
like it or not,
and the police,
once you are in office, the youth's behavior reflects of you. How they think before I carry out an act is always premeditated when they do this, except for maybe the irate youth in Ejura, maybe out of anger, they decided to just go irate. But they know, if they know that when I do this, this is what I'm likely to face, they'll be restrained.
So, yes.
Annie,
Annie,
just let me just
can I
finish
just,
up. Let me just finish up. In terms of these, all these things that are happening, you talk about unity and all that. One thing we must also know is that apart from the political appointees, there are public servants and civil servants in these institutions who have nothing to do with it. You may have seen them do whatever they want to do. You may have your own opinion about them. But civil servants sit at the policy level to help every incoming government and serve the government loyally. That is, they sit at the policy level. At the public service level, they also, mostly the agencies, do the implementation and all those things. Right. So we need to understand some of these things.